Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. You ever notice vanity plates when you're driving down the highway or in the parking lot? You know, the personalized license plates that might say, A plus J, Adam loves Jane, or the letters GR, the number 8, FL. Well, I was driving down the highway the other day and I noticed a certain license plate. It was the license plate of a beautiful black BMW. And it had the letters IMDONE. I'm done. I'm done. So like any self-respecting citizen would do, I sped up. I had to see who was driving this car. I had to see what they looked like, because certainly I'm not done. I'm working every day, I'm struggling, I'm juggling, trying to rest. What does it look like to be done? And lo and behold, it was a very polished, middle-aged lady. And my mind began to interpret who she was. It began to construct her profile. Her name is Mrs. Jones. She has a very lucrative career, as does her husband. She drives a shiny new car that she parks in a giant garage, attached to a magnificent mansion. As she comes in, she's greeted by her 2 children, who happen to be home from winter break from top-notch universities, which are preparing these kids for future success. She's done. She's reached her goals. And I envied her so much in that moment. I believe this is a common desire. Don't you, like me, want to be accomplished, comfortable, where you and your family's future is secured, where all of your needs and most of your wants are met, where you can finally stop and say, I'm done. I'm done. So much so that you could put it on your license plate. But as I swam deeper into this daydream, I began to feel a sense of emptiness. A voice whispered in my head, is that really all you want, Steve? If you reach that goal, would you be truly happy? I believe it's the same spirit that caused Michelangelo, the great artist, to say, the greater danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but it is that it's too low and we hit it. It's the same spirit that caused Benjamin Mays, one of the most influential mentors to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., to say, the tragedy of life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goals to reach. It isn't a calamity to die with dreams unfulfilled, but it is a calamity not to dream. It is not disgrace to reach for the stars, but it is a disgrace to have no stars to reach for. Not failure, but low aim is a sin. So after some reflection, I actually would never want to have written, I'm done, on my license plate. If I had to choose a vanity plate, it would say, I'm going. I'm on my way. I'm striving, I'm pushing, it's on. Because there's more work left to be done here. There are relationships to be strengthened or healed. There are systems to be built and enhanced. There are policies to be driven and improved. There are more personal dreams to be chased and the dreams of others to be fulfilled. There are more smiles to be caused and more hugs to be given. So as the new year approaches, most of us are participating in this great practice of setting goals and resolutions. For me this year, what I want to consider is this. What is the goal of my goals? What is the reason behind my resolution? For example, we can all strive to be healthy and lose some weight and exercise more. But why? Is it merely to avoid health problems? Is it merely just to feel better about ourselves? Or is it to give us bodies that enable us for greater work? And if so, what is that work? If you find yourself like me without strong answers to these questions, then I believe what we need is a life plan. A life plan has been introduced to me by Michael Hyatt, a popular leadership author and blogger. He states that many people put more thought into planning their vacation than they do their own lives. And so he's developed an approach to answer these deep questions and provide a framework for living it forward. So in my next speech, next month, I'd like to present exactly what a life plan is, the benefits of having a life plan, the mechanics behind it, and offer some tools to get us on our way. But for today, I want to give you the starting point. As Dr. Stephen Covey says, you begin with the end in mind. So, for a brief moment, please join me in this exercise. Fast forward your life to your very own funeral. Your family and closest friends are all there. What stories do you want to have shared? What personal qualities do you want to have honored? What legacy do you want to leave behind? The question I'm posing to us all is not what we want written on our vanity plates for strangers to see. It's what we want written on our tombstones by our very own loved ones. We all know that keeping up with the Joneses is never a worthy endeavor. And the same was true for me that day on the highway. After a few moments, I slowed down, and I allowed Mrs. Jones to keep coasting down that road. You see, I have a different path, and I know you do as well.